My name's Paul Gartland, I'm Chief Executive Officer of Horton Housing Association. Initially there was just Bradford Day Shelter and St Paul's Road Hostel, which is a scheme I joined as a housing support officer in 1988. I think we had about 15 staff at that time, and I think we've got about 350 now.
I started as a level 2 admin, business admin, and then I went on to do my level 3 because Horton wanted to keep me on, so I've done 2 in total.
I went through an apprenticeship, so I'm currently still doing an apprenticeship. I just completed my level 2 and I'm onto my level 3 in business admin.
We are dealing generally with vulnerable people who often rely on the state to help and support them financially and otherwise. And we've got a good relationship with local communities, partly because we invest in those communities, we purchase property, we try and assist people in those areas.
I started as a receptionist, what Zainab does now. I had to start from scratch really. I went on receptionist training, administrator training, and then did lots of internal training as well.
In terms of the number of actual services, we're working across Bradford, Kirklees, Calderdale and North Yorkshire.
I'm Vicky Bogg, I'm Scheme Manager at White Pass.
I'm Dale Robinson, I'm the Manager of the Community Support Agency's Mental Health Team.
I'm Sharon Gregg and I work at Bradford Day Shelter.
We have a drop-in that runs Monday to Friday 9-5, and anybody can access that, they don't need to be a client. Or we have an art group that is on a Thursday afternoon, and that is run by an ex-client.
I think I've been given a really good opportunity. You know, I'm really, really grateful for YPass, and my support worker Amrit has done so much for me. Just being given the freedom to just let go and do what I feel or what we felt as a group, you know, it was really, really good, really inspiring, and it was a really lovely thing, you know. It was exciting to get up knowing I was going to do this on a Thursday and meet some new people and just see what their ideas were. It was good.
We also have a young parents group which is every fortnight, and that's at 10 o'clock, and young mums, young dads, expectant mums can all come and share stories.
Horton's always kind of prided itself on someone who does not exclude folk, and it's a kind of, what you get given, you look at ways of working with. And I like that, and I like how that kind of then spreads through other services. Family feel. The fact is, it's like, you know, if we can't do it or we're struggling to do it, I think I know someone who can.
Originally, I came for 2 weeks as a casual relief worker, but as I say, I've been here 15 years in total now. I did a spell at New Cross Street. I've done relief work with the young people in the New Cross Street accommodation, but the majority has been day shelter. I always say to people when I try and describe the group that we work with, they're socially excluded, and they're all Sunday sons and daughters as far as I'm concerned. So any little thing, whether it be getting them a bed for that particular night. We do have people, unfortunately, that are vulnerable adults, so they do rely on us on a daily basis. Even if it's just for them to come in and get a breakfast, we're here for them. Without us, they wouldn't even get anything to eat on any day of the week. We have had people, you know, that have moved on, totally moved on, found work, got a stable life now, got somewhere permanent to live.
name's Stephen Sean Donahue and I live at 5A Cliff Road, Oakmount. The care's excellent. It's 5-star rating, food and what have you, and it is. You know, if you ask for something, we'll give it to you, you know what I mean? My family's really happy that I'm here. I'm 47 and this is my best option. Horton Housing is my best option. I'm doing well.
I was living in a bedsit, the bedsit, which is just across from the local pub. I couldn't cope. My health deteriorated. They got in touch with Oakmount, with Norton Housing. Before I came to Norton Housing, I was in debt. It's cheered me up no end.
Horton Housing is probably not as well known as we'd like it to be. I hope we continue to grow. We're looking to expand in other areas. We've created a subsidiary, Gartland Housing Association. We tend to develop organically, incrementally. Our turnover's increased from probably about 500,000 to about 11 million. Current times when people are being squeezed financially, when employment's not necessarily that easy to come by, I think there is a place for Horton Housing. We're always keeping an eye on things, and if there's a need for our services, we'll hopefully be able to deliver.
I'm Christine Warlove and I'm from Womersley in North Yorkshire. I became a client for Horton Housing nearly 2 years ago because of a lot of social problems I had where I was living. I've met loads of lovely people here. I've got loads of different friends now. They're all different. As you see, that's young and old together, isn't there?
My name's Helen Miller. I used to run gypsy sites Knaresborough, Wetherby. I got it talking to the people from Horton and helped them when they decided on the setting up the gateway, supporting gypsies and travellers in North Yorkshire.
They're like a big family, everyone here, you can say. You always get a welcome, you're always looked after. Nothing's too much trouble for all the workers down at Horton, right down from above to the receptionist.
I'm Joel Godley. I'm a maintenance worker for property services at Horton Housing. We pretty much get repairs through on a daily basis from all the schemes and tenants that we have. We receive any support we need really. We've got manager, head of service, always there on the phone if we ever need them. We've also got the scheme staff who we can visit at any point and ask about the clients. I'd say it's a good company to work for. Everybody's friendly, all the people are brilliant.
I get lots of support and so do the team. We've been welcomed as 6-7 new members of staff and made to feel very welcome, and we get lots of support from management, SMT, and the policies and procedures in place do help to create a really good and happy staff team.
We can all work for an organisation, but to actually feel part of that organisation and to kind of say, I'm fully invested in that and people are aware of me.
I find they've always treated me fairly and always encouraged me and always to better myself, to help the client. They've got a fantastic service. And like I say, they're not just there for the client, also they're there for the staff as well. They've really, like I said, boosted me. I've done MVQs. There's always new stuff coming up that I'm allowed to go and do. So it's developed me as well as a person, but it helps me to do my job better.
do staff surveys. They generally feedback that we're a good place to work for, and the people generally identify with the ethos of the organisation. I think I have a lot to thank the organisation and my predecessor, Sheila Bamford, for, because they invested in me, so they've allowed me to take training courses. I've done a DMS. I did my master's degree whilst at Horton, and they funded me to be able to do that, so I'm very grateful to them. Well, we're certainly caring, I think, and willing to go the extra mile, and I think that shows in all the work that the people for Horton do. People put in way and above what we actually pay them for, because they want to help the people that we're working with.